Good day, everyone. This is Rita Choi, founder of Asia HRM. Asia HRM is an international organization for human resources professionals in Asia to stay ahead of the curve, keep abreast of the latest information trends and best practices. We organize a lot of webinars from time to time. That's why we are here today. Welcome to our webinar organized by Asia HRM, City University, Malaysia, and City Malaysia Kineton on the future of HR jobs in the age of AI. I'm thrilled to be joined by our speaker, Ms. Maria Hui today, who will share with us her insights and expertise on this increasingly important topic. As we all know, artificial intelligence has been transforming the way we live and work, and HR is no exception. Over the next hour, we will explore the way in which AI is changing the nature of our jobs, which it means for the industry, what it means for the industry, and how we can best prepare for the future. With that said, I would like to give you a brief introduction of Maria before I pass the control to her. Ms. Maria Hui is the Chief Operating Officer of Microsoft Hong Kong. In her role, she is responsible for driving end-to-end operations for the company, including business operations, marketing strategy, and execution, as well as the overall business performance across various business groups. Prior to her role, she was the Director of HR at Microsoft Hong Kong. She earned her bachelor's degree in business administration with a double major in information system and finance. She also has a master's degree in information system management from the same university, Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. Without further ado, before I pass the control to Maria, just to walk you through about the rundown of the day, Maria will share with us 30 minutes of her presentation, followed by Q&A. So if you do have any questions, just write in the chat box. Maria will be more than happy to answer it. Okay, Maria, I would like to pass the control to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Rita. So let me pull up the slides. So today I'm actually would like to share with you regarding the future of work and how AI is actually changing the nature of HR jobs. So first of all, really need to thank Rita and Professor Amir for organizing this. I'm always happy to share with the HR community in terms of how technology and HR actually work together and how we should cope with that. So first of all, we always heard the word transformation. But when you think about transformation, it actually happens everywhere. You can look at the pictures that for the office workers in the past, before typewriter, we have some very large machines and a lot of different cards, different papers. And then when we have typewriters, we can then have them all on one single sheet of paper. And then further transformation for the office setting is that everyone can then have a desktop. And right now, we can do our job anytime, anywhere. I'm sure every one of you have multiple handheld devices, be it your laptop or your mobile phones, and you can all work with all those. And when we think about, for example, the supermarket or the grocery stores, in the past, it may be just people getting the crops from the field, from the farm, and then they bring it to the central market for people to exchange and to buy. Then we have the grocery stores, and then we have the supermarket, which is neat and tidy, and we can find it everywhere. And right now, I'm sure every one of you have online shopping experience. But when you think about all these transformation, it actually helps us to improve our life. For example, as a mother, we can work anytime, anywhere. It's really flexible. And when we do shopping, we can even do it at midnight. it's digital. So all this transformation, we see that digital is actually playing a key role. When we look at different companies, so it has actually gone through different era. When you think about in the past, we have the time when it's the PC, it's the server time, and then it changed to everyone going onto web, onto the internet, and then it comes to a cloud mobile era. The companies that is having the most market capitalization, it's actually different. But then what does it take to actually continue to stay relevant, continue to stay in the game? It's actually whether you can transform quickly enough and you can catch or even actually lead or introduce the next wave of transformation. Our CTO, Satya, he actually says that change is inevitable, but then change is also not comfortable to human beings. And it's actually in our DNA that no one actually likes to change, especially when your company is actually profitable and in a good shape, but you need to make a change now. But somehow when we look back, Microsoft, we were a licensing company. At that time, we made a change that we have to reduce the number of heads focusing on licensing, but introduce a lot of job roles focusing on cloud solution. That's the time that we when we look back, we say that's really a good move. But actually, at that time, people were thinking, "Hey, I'm afraid that I will lose my job because my expertise is in licensing," and people have a lot of questions that we have been very profitable for doing our licensing business. Why do we have to change? But then time actually explains everything. So it actually showed to us that technology is actually transforming every industry and every role. So if you are not transforming yourself, then you will be out of the game. And somehow transformation, it's not to wait until that your job role or your company is almost out of the business, you're having a deep trouble and then you need to change. No, it's when you have a very solid foundation, when you see that the technology has already transformed and you must follow, that's the time you must change. When you look at this graph, we always think about acquiring new users. And acquiring new users to business, it's somehow not something that simple. In the past, when we see that Spotify is something new, so Spotify, when acquiring 1 million new users, it took 150 days. We also look at Instagram, a very popular app among the youngsters. It took 75 days. But then the latest development of AI with ChatGPT, I'm sure every one of you have heard about it. It just took 5 days. You can see the magnitude. You can see how quickly it is for people to start to adopt it. So if you are still thinking of, hey, I'm a little bit conservative, should I wait? Then you will see that you are actually lagging behind, while a lot of people have already get their hands on to try what that is. So we talked a little bit about AI. So why is ChatGPT so famous recently, and what is that actually is? So Microsoft has been investing in the AI technology for many years. And that the recent partnership between Microsoft and OpenAI actually rocked. I will have to use the word rocked the entire industry. and having people's mindset change a lot. Because in the past, AI, it's very good at numeric. So we can use machine learning, we can use AI to do some of the prediction. And this type of AI technology, this type of automation or forecasting, it's really lies on the data scientists or people who are really good at data analytics. But then OpenAI actually introduced another area for AI that is really text-based. So there's the GPT, which is very good at understanding and summarizing textual informations. We have Codex that can understand the human language and then do the coding. DALL-E, it's also to understand human language and then to generate the image. And of course, the ChatGPT is the chat-based version of GPT that they can understand at the conversation, and that is after they respond to you, you can continue to further ask on it. As I mentioned, OpenAI, it's only part of the AI and AI solution that Microsoft is providing. You can see a lot of those, and actually, I'm sure you have been using some of them before. But it's just that those are maybe hiding at the back end. For example, a lot of you have been using the bot service. We can actually allow, for example, candidates to talk to our board to understand how to go to our office for interviews. When are the interviews happening for campus recruitment, etc. So right now we call these generative AI. And what do they do? It's that it's a lot of highlight in terms of natural language. That's the human language. They have actually trained the GPT model based on the past 10 years that of public information they got from internet, and that everything. Right now, from customer service to personal tutorial or anything, this chatbot will be able to answer. But of course, we need to frame that. We need to tell the chatbot that, okay, you need to, based on this particular information, or you need to, based on these information you found from this site or from these documents to answer, so that we can have a control. And one thing, because the reason why OpenAI actually chose Microsoft to be their partner, it's not only just because we have the very strong computing power can help them to continue to do the research and to continue to train the model, but also that we have a well-developed, secure infrastructure for AI to support these generative AI services, as well as we have the framework, the responsible AI framework that can guide companies and individuals on how to use these. So again, this generative AI, we can understand human language and to generate text, do a lot of the summarization and also response and suggestions. So I think you have also heard about Copilot. Microsoft is actually having this GPT, this large language model capability to be included in Aura products. And so let me show you a video on what it can do when it is in PowerPoint.
Everyone has had a moment when they wish they could turn their proposal into a customer-ready presentation without having to start from scratch. Well, guess what? Now you can. Using just your own words, Copilot can translate Word into PowerPoint, and it can also translate PowerPoint into a Word document. Now you have a professional-looking presentation that you can hone and polish. Let's say you want to add a slide. Give Copilot some quick instructions. There it goes, ready for you to review. So this slide is too wordy. Let's ask Copilot to make it more visual. I'll give it a few seconds. And check this out. Copilot can even animate the slide. It gives it a professional design treatment in a single click. But it doesn't stop there. Copilot can even generate speaker notes. No, I'm serious. Speaker notes. It's not only a time saver, it's helping me be a better presenter and close this deal.
So you can see that we are highlighting on the word Copilot. Copilot and also this generative AI, it's not to replace human. It's to be your assistant, allow you to leverage this technology and to do things even quicker, be more productive, and be more efficient. So we need to learn how to use that, and so that you can be more productive. So that's on the on what technology, what this AI can do. Then what about in the human resources area? Let me also show you some of the use cases. As I mentioned, a lot of this can be used for human resources application. For example, on ChatGPT, some organizations are using that for internal employee inquiry, as well as for external, the candidate-facing ChatGPT. This is a demo which is not HR related, but you can see what it can do, and you can see that it is actually the person you see is actually generated by generative AI. This is actually in Cantonese. So for those, if you don't understand Cantonese, please bear with me for a second.
你好，我係商場嘅虛擬服務大使。如果你想喺我哋商場度過半日嘅時間，我有以下幾個建議，例如可以探索藝術裝飾品。我哋商場入面唔同嘅位置都有好多獨特嘅藝術品，或者可以到商場內各家特色餐廳。以下係我嘅小建議，希望你滿意啦。
So you can see that it is the lady. This chatbot. It's actually very, very lively. And you can almost feel she's like a human. This is something that is produced by generative AI. And that somehow, if you pass for internal HR use, companies like to actually allow employees to do, for example, what is my vacation balance? Or if my for example, if my mother is sick, is there any type of leave that I can apply? Then they can actually, based on your company's HR policy, which you have you have included to generate all the responses. And one thing I need to say is that data security, it's obviously the key topic, and that the reason why OpenAI and Microsoft come into the partnership, it's that we can leverage Microsoft's AI infrastructure to protect that. Meaning, if you are an enterprise customer, you have your Azure subscription. For all the documents that you uploaded or all the information you ask and discuss with the ChatGPT, it will only stay within your company and will not be going out to the main ChatGPT model. So it's like that you have a clone of the latest ChatGPT model, and then this ChatGPT will be able to learn all the policy document, all the information that you provided to it, and it will serve only your customer. So another example, in Hong Kong, 2 universities have already rolled out the campus-wide ChatGPT for their staff and students to use. So this is how it looks like for the University of Hong Kong, the University of Science and Technology. They have also rolled that out, and the time required to roll that out, it's really quick. Because you just need to do some prompt engineering, tell them that, hey, every of your responses, you have to follow these documents, for example, these 40 documents that we have shared with you. Don't answer something outside of this. Then you can actually have a better control on the things that is being asked and how to actually respond. and other universities in Hong Kong, they are actually following, and all the ChatGPT session, all the ChatGPT technology, the chatbot will be up and running by September. And this is another example that using the technology, it can do some analysis. Very often, as human resources practitioner, we need to do a lot of CV review. When we look into the candidate, we need to check whether it's is the candidate really stable in terms of are they very jumpy, and then whether the education fulfill your requirements, and then the number of years of experience. Actually, a lot of these can be done by AI. AI can help you to generate a dashboard like this to tell you whether the candidate fulfill the basic requirement, basic criteria that you're looking for, and also do a summary of the CV. Summarizing, sometimes we have candidates submitting 6 pages, 8 pages of CVs. It's good that we have a summary of that. And then as a recruiter, we can actually look into that and help us to select which are the ones we want to review in detail, and definitely will save a lot of time. But first, before you can leverage all these AI technology, you will need to first get the things digitalized. Think about if you are still reviewing paper CVs, AI won't be able to help you. So everything has to be digitalized and on cloud. Then AI will be able to help you and be your assistant. So, but however, I have to say there are a lot of solution providers, a lot of solution that you can leverage to do some knowledge mining and to change things from paper format and digitize them. So this example, it's one of the solution that leveraging the OCR technology to change some of our bank statements and to extract the information out so that the system can do analytics and help us to analyze on those. This is actually a technology suitable for CV extraction as well, because it will just look into the CV you uploaded, and then they can extract the relevant information, because with GPT technology, they can actually understand what's the context of our natural language. And another area we want to think about is for OCR technology can help us to digitize those information or those things that are currently on paper format. But then we should also think about to digitize our entire HR operations. If our systems are already up and running, we can actually capture the data much easier than having them in paper forms and then have them further scanned and then extracted into the system. So a lot of the companies, they are also revamping or introducing the HRMS or the HR information systems to allow employees to go directly to the online application. So this is actually something that a lot of HR practitioners and companies are working on. Then the next step is when you have the data already in the system and on cloud, you can then leverage a lot of different tools, a lot of different applications to help you to analyze and understand your organization and how people are thinking. And we can use these, we call these as the data-driven decision-making. One example is that in HR, we are very concerned about employee wellness, right? And if employees, they keep on having long meetings every day, they just don't have time to do their work and respond to the email, etc. So we can actually leverage Microsoft Outlook, Microsoft Office to capture the data that we will understand across the entire organization, whether we have some very expensive meetings, meaning For example, we have forecast meetings that we have invited 20 employees and sit there for 3 hours. Then you think about 3 hours times 20 employees. And if you plug in the dollar amount of their hourly rate, it's a very expensive meeting. And then you need to think about, are they all contributing to this meeting? Do we really need 30 people in a forecast meeting? Is that efficient? This actually allows us to think deeper ourselves and think about, should we change the way of doing things? This has actually been an exercise that in Hong Kong we have run 2 years ago. We actually leverage our own data to understand whether we have too many employees in any type of the meetings. And then we provided the guideline that if you are not really speaking up, or if you're not contributing to that meeting, you just want to know what's happening, please don't join the meeting. We can have all the meetings recorded on Teams. And right now with generative AI, Teams can even generate the summary and give you the transcript of what has been discussed during the meeting. So you don't have to join the meetings. You just refer to those summaries, those notes, that it can help us to save our time and help everyone to use our time more wisely. So opportunities of generative AI, some of those we have talked about, some regarding internal, external, maybe we call them Ask HR chatbot. We can have some CV screening and analytics, provide analytics for us to understand our organization so that we can improve and think about different ways of doing things. And then, of course, Copilot to be our assistant to help us to be more efficient. One more thing on the Copilot is that just now I show you the video for generating a PowerPoint using the Word document. Somehow on Excel, this is something that we see many people, even though, for example, if you know how to use VLOOKUP, I would see that you are already an expert user. But we are only using 10% of the capabilities of Excel. There are a lot within Excel that we don't know. So with Copilot, we can actually unleash the remaining 90% of the power of Excel, and we can use the tools even better, in an even better way. And one thing I want to share is that technology itself is just like a platform. That's for you to think about how you want to use them. Just like the chatbot technology, I'm suggesting to you, you can use that as the internal Ask HR type of chatbot. We can use it for any other departments. For example, for licensing departments. In Microsoft, every employee knows that what is most challenging and most complicated in Microsoft, I can tell you that's a licensing structure. We can then use ChatGPT to help our colleagues that we can type in, okay, my customer is right now having this situation. Please suggest which SKU that we should include for our customers. Then it can prompt up and let you know what they are. So instead of having our employees to go in and do a lot of searching and understanding, ChatGPT can help us. So these are all the things to help us to improve our productivity, help us to be more efficient. It's there to actually assist you. And how to embrace AI. Somehow, if we keep AI away from us, I can tell you that very soon, people around will be talking about AI, but you don't know anything. So, and your business will be at the risk, because everyone has already gone on to cloud and everyone has already embraced AI. So in terms of the technology part, you need to first think about how to digitalize your processes. Papers cannot do AI. AI can only happen when you migrate everything to cloud and get the data available, and then technology can help you. And in terms of your mindset, we need to be open. We need to have the growth mindset. Don't be afraid of failure. it's the technology, the platform is there, but the use case, we won't be able to have a glossary of use cases for you to pick up. It's actually you are the one to think about, with this platform, with this technology, what would you like to do? So we need to be agile towards the new way of work and be very creative to think about the use case for your own and for your organization. Last but not least is on the upskilling. Companies, organizations, everyone agree that people is our most valuable asset. So we need to invest in our people, help them to embrace AI, and also encourage the innovation internally for employees to think about different type of use cases. I know that a lot of the organizations, they are actually running different types of hackathon to allow employees to brainstorm what are the use cases they can have internally to help them to improve on the productivity. So the last statement I want to share with you is that it's not what technology can do, but what you can do with technology. And going back to the theme of our seminar today, what's the impact on HR job roles? I have to tell you, it has already impacted every job roles. And it's depending on you whether you want to be the one to transform your current job role to help yourself to be more productive, more effective, or you want to wait until your role changed and then you just follow and adjust. This mindset actually help us to navigate our career. Never thinks that things are not possible for you. Everything can be possible. So that's the end of my presentation, and I hope you enjoy that, and I welcome any questions, and then we can discuss further.
Wow, thank you, Maria. I really love your presentation. Very encouraging. Besides giving us a lot of nuggets of wisdom about how AI can help us and how we should prepare for AI to help us. I think more importantly, we need to have the right mindset, right? Nothing is impossible as long as we have an agile mindset. We think we can do it, then we can do it. So any questions from Maria? From the attendees today? Any questions? Wow. My friend Helmi, Maria, are there any concerns or challenges associated with implementing AI in HR?
So very good question. HR, we have to handle a lot of personal information. Very often when organizations think about putting our information on cloud, HR, we need to understand the local policy in terms of whether the PII, how to handle all those, and so this is one challenge. The other thing that people have been talking about is how can we make sure that during the digitalization process, all the PII we have uploaded onto cloud will not leak out. So that's a lot of measures we actually suggested to our customers, including you need to have the enterprise grade security technology within your organization. You need to have the properly installed or implemented AI secured infrastructure. So all these will able to help you. And also on the policy and on the governance piece, we also encourage organizations to actually set up a governance committee to actually review together with IT whether all these information we have a clear guidance as to when and how these information are being uploaded, and to also understand how they are being processed, whether we have gone through any other third parties. All these review and governance have to be in place to ensure that this risk is being mitigated.
Thank you, Maria. Wow, we keep on receiving a lot of questions for you. Please suggest another one is that please suggest some software platform for teachers, for providing teachers with personalized insights into each student's understanding and progress, and give recommendation to address students' needs more effectively.
Okay. There are a lot of solutions or applications that has already been in place, and I don't think I can actually name them here, given there. But in terms of platform, they are there. There are platforms actually allow students to submit their homework, and then the system can actually do the marking for those, and also track the progress of the students, and actually according to their understanding, according to which questions they got it correct or not, that the system can provide some insights. So I have to say that no matter which industry, no matter what's the use case, the underlying technology, it's still the same. And it's up to us to actually think about how we want to use it. So, so for this one, I guess you may want to actually search around and see. There are quite a lot of service providers across the globe on teaching assistance program.
Thank you, Maria. So another one is from Amir. My friend Amir. As much as technology is a key in business growth, how do you think an HR professional can be the driver for this growth opportunity?
Okay, thanks. Thanks for the question. It's a very good question, and this is something that I have not touched on during my presentation. So, HR practitioners, we are not HR and administrative practitioners. I always emphasize that human resources is actually the partner and somehow leading the company to exercise and to achieve their ambition. Why I say so, it's that I mentioned people, it's the greatest asset, most valuable asset of the company. And our role as human resources, it's really to get the organization, get our talents ready, get our talents prepared, and get the organization structure ready and prepared to go after the ambition for the company. So it's really taking a leading position that we need to partner with CEO, and I'm actually partnering very closely with my head of HR on how to shape our organization, how to get our employees ready, enabled with the focus or the priorities that we want to have for the business. So people always comes first. And HR is definitely playing the vital role here.
Very good. Being business partner, very good. Lots of confusion to select the right vendor, right applications, and too much variation in price. Any recommendation or parameters for this, Maria?
Okay, and somehow definitely, this is an open market, and I would say technology platform, there's not a lot of them. And for example, I can only say for Microsoft that Microsoft, what we're providing, it's really the enterprise grade, integrated, secured platform for everyone. Somehow you may say, but Microsoft, you are quite pricey. But we do have some of the programs to help SMB and help education sectors. So, but for enterprise, you need to think about what you want to achieve. What are your worry or your challenges? Then, based on that, you can actually select the best vendor. I shouldn't use the word best vendor, but the most suitable vendor based on your criteria.
Very good, based on your business needs. On top of giving awareness to employees to ensure that there is no P&C into leaks when using AI, how else can we manage information security while embracing usage of AI?
There are tools that can help. For example, Microsoft, we are offering the security and also privacy protection tools. For example, if you use Microsoft Teams and you want to send credit card information, the system will automatically block it for you and remind you that this is sensitive personal information. We suggest you not to send to others. These are the things that we can leverage technology to help us. Another example is that from HR or from management perspective, somehow we also worry if our employees are downloading a lot of the confidential information from the organization and share with our competitors or do whatever they want. So somehow technology or a Microsoft platform can also help to track if there is any employee after they submit the resignation, their download or their pattern of accessing companies' assets has changed. For example, that employee may not have been downloading any of the documents, but then after he submits the resignation, he has been downloading 100 documents every day. Then this will be a drastic change and will trigger the alert from the system. And the system will actually alert HR, alert the people manager, or whoever you actually indicated. So technology or the platform can actually help to assist, and then for you to actually make the decision on what you want to do about it, how you want to handle that.
Thank you, Maria. While we are talking about this data security, right? Last week, actually, I attended a webinar on the use of ChatGPT, and the speaker mentioned that one of the challenges of using ChatGPT is the data security. So she cautioned us that if you use ChatGPT, then we are exposed to this area. People will see what you have written. What maybe some of the company's secret. But in your session, in your presentation, you also mentioned that data security is something which Microsoft concerned. That should not happen. So with this kind of complex information, would there be any assurance from Microsoft saying that ChatGPT, any information given in GPT that we use in the company will be kept in strict confidence and there will not be any data security risk? Do we have this kind of assurance from Microsoft?
Yeah, thanks, Rita, for that. So first of all, I have to explain clearly that there are two versions of ChatGPT. One version, it's everyone. If you use your VPN, go to into the US and subscribe to it. That is the consumer version of ChatGPT under OpenAI. That is not Microsoft. Okay, and Microsoft partner with OpenAI. We have the Azure OpenAI. And under this Azure OpenAI, we are leveraging the latest ChatGPT version for our customers. So when you have an Azure subscription, all the information you type in, all the chats you have with ChatGPT will only stay within your Azure subscription, which is very different from what people are talking about as OpenAI. As just ChatGPT. So this is the Azure OpenAI version. And the reason why Microsoft thinks that we must get into this partnership with OpenAI is that we need to help enterprise to protect their data. So the option given is that not to use the ChatGPT, the consumer version of the OpenAI, because for that, you need to be cautious. Everything you chat with it will enter into the main model, the large one. But then on the Azure OpenAI, the information you put in will only stay within your Azure subscription, and it's for you only, and will not be leaked out.
Oh, thank you very much for clarification. Oh, so consumer version of GPT, we have to be very careful. Thank you, Maria. Another question for you. Please share some web links or details of Microsoft products using AI for Revolution University systems in teaching, learning, administrative life, student enrollment, student admission, student retention, and graduation. He mentioned something about strengthening retention and helping students to graduate, personalizing teaching and learning, adapting curriculum to meet market demands, streamlining operations to gain efficiencies and lower costs, AI in HR. So they're looking for some application. They want to get business from Microsoft, to give business from Microsoft.
And as I mentioned, Microsoft, we are providing a platform. So everyone, you can build on top of this platform to have your own applications that actually suit your need. And there have been a lot of partners we have across the world that they have developed some sort of applications in a SaaS model, so that organizations, they can easily just purchase the SaaS model program and it will be up and running, and they don't have to build their own applications. And for Microsoft, we actually have a lot of emphasis on the education sector, and across the globe, in every of the subsidiaries, we do have a team working on the education to help our educators. So I would suggest that you can actually reach out to the Microsoft team locally, and they will be able to guide you to any of the partners at your location. And then for Hong Kong, we also do have some sort of for all the universities, we do have a dedicated person to assist and to understand what the needs, and then we can recommend which partner you can work with and what type of applications you can build on top.
Thanks, Maria. Just a thought, if we type this question in ChatGPT, do you think we'll get the response saying that, oh, you should contact these vendors for this kind of applications?
ChatGPT will actually leverage whatever is on the public internet. So can definitely do that. And if the solution provider actually got a page on online, and then ChatGPT will be able to pick it up.
Okay, thank you, Maria. Any other question for Maria? Any questions? Before I come with my last question, because we still have some time. Any other questions? Okay. Our current Microsoft users already be able to use ChatGPT in M365?
I guess that's what you're referring to as Copilot. Pilot in M365. This is we are in the process of rolling this out, and internally, only some of the users can have a try on that. For others, including myself, we are still waiting for it, but it will be coming very soon.
Okay. Then how about any Microsoft products for AI in finance and accounting?
In finance and accounting, so first of all, we have the Dynamics 365, and that's we have the ERP module, we have the CRM module, and all these actually are enabled already with the ChatGPT technology, and it's embedded. And the good news is that if you actually got the Viva Cells as well, which is if you have the D365, this is something already free of charge, then you will be able to enjoy this GPT capability within the ERP and CRM solution.
Thank you, Maria. Any other questions for Maria? Okay. By the way, Maria, for the deck today, the PPT deck today, will you be able to send to us so that we can distribute to the participants today?
I will need to get my comms to review that if you are to distribute. But let me come back to you on this one.
Thank you, Maria. Okay, so that's towards the end of our session today. We have got a lot of nuggets of wisdom from Maria today. Thank you for that. If there is one thing that you really want us to take away from the session today, what would that be?
Technology, it's just a platform. It's up to you to think about how you want to leverage this technology. And we actually look forward to everyone to come up with creative ideas on what are the new applications and new use cases within your job role or within your industry. Then this together, we can actually help every industry sector and every communities and society to actually thrive.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you so much. So that's the end of the session today. So thank you very much, everyone, and have a very good day. Thank you.